Zero phone has gotten lots of popularity. Next, we are talking about new things. The effects of the phone and how good it is. We talked about this technology in all its uses and all its backdoors and stuff that you can use to hack people's other accounts. We don't talk about that. But yeah, this phone is literally out of the sci-fi future and can do anything that any other thing can do. It can create cars for you. It can create dollars out of nowhere. Because what the phone does, it takes micro drones and it 3D scans atoms into existence, and those atoms form into physical things like money, cars, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's what people have been doing to get rich on TikTok lately. We don't talk about that. The phone is able to optimize any app, making it silky smooth, faster than any computer known to Earth. And now let's talk about its battery life. The battery life. 1,453 millennias. And when I mean millennias, I don't mean for it to run out of 100%. I mean it to run out of 1%. So, like, it takes 100,000 millennias for it to go to 99%, 100,000 millennias to go to 98%, and you get why. How? Because the battery is actually in the cloud. The battery generates infinite electricity due to quantum coagulation. And due to quantum coagulation, it can create infinite energy due to the atoms that it creates and destroys, making infinite power. So, yeah. And obviously, you can't have infinite power forever, so it eventually goes out, and when you eventually have to charge it after the universe's heat death, that's when you have to charge your phone after the universe's heat death happens. Basically, all you have to do is take the phone, head on to the back of it, and there's buttons on the back as well. Head to the top right button, hold that down, and it will charge itself. And it only takes 1 picosecond to charge, so you only have to press it once and your phone's already charged. So, yeah. And yeah, that's with the charging capabilities. Now, buying food. Well, you don't really have to buy it, but you can. You can just 3D print the food and just eat it. But if you want to 3D print, because people have 3D printed like family members and their future crushes and stuff like that. They've 3D printed Hitler, right? They've 3D printed Hitler, right? And then they killed him over and over again. So, that's one thing. It also has the ability to change the weather. It sends tiny drones into the earth and changes the molecular structure of the air around you. And, yeah, it can create anything. And when I mean anything, I mean anything. It can create things that don't obey the laws of physics with quantum coagulation atoms, which are a special type of atom that don't obey laws. And, yeah. And, yeah, that's basically all the things about the phone. You might notice these 2 black parts. That's because you can also use it as a keyboard and play Friday Night Funkin' with it, or any other video games. You can use it as a mouse, and you can use it as a keyboard simultaneously, and as a piano keyboard or gaming device. You can use it for anything, actually. It's a patented machine. And yeah, I think you should buy the one phone. It can also turn into a tablet and 3D print tablets and money. So you can effectively become infinitely rich. Yeah. And yeah, you can just 3D print thousands of dollars in front of your face. Yeah, we figured out how to create atoms. So, and since we figured out how to create atoms, which is a process called quantum construction, and basically it means that we can create things out of thin air. Well, actually create things out of nothing. So we found out what atoms are made of. They're not made of quarks and stuff. We found out what the quarks are made of. We found out what the things that the things that make up the quarks are made of. And you get what I'm saying. We found out the base material that it's made of, and we called it collaptinium. And we added to an element on the periodic table, even though it's not an atom at all. It's smaller than an atom, and it's less dense than an atom, and it's not an atom. It makes atoms. And since we know how to use this thing, it's so small that we had to use it in spaceships, because it kept turning into black holes when we were testing it, because it was so dense and stuff. So yeah, but we figured out how to create an atom. And after we figured out how to create one, we started creating multiple atoms. Then we got to subunits, units, and then crystals. And those crystals, we created 2 other things. It took multiple years, but once we found out the technology and perfected it, we can create things in milliseconds now. So, yeah. But once we get faster and faster with this technology, we'll be able to create things in picoseconds. You just snap your hands and then a burger appears and you can eat it. There's also the fat burner, which you press the 2 black parts and then point the black parts towards you, and you hold them and you just scan your body, and then it just gets rid of all the fat due to quantum deceleration, which means that it gets rid of atoms. It destroys them. So it destroys all the fat atoms. So technically you can eat food forever and not become fat and obese. This is probably what the mukbangers are doing now. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Hope you buy the phone. It costs $1 billion. Actually, $1 trillion. So not everyone can buy it. But the people that did bought it, they printed infinite money. So probably sold it from my place. That's probably how the TikTokers got to it and are making infinite money and infinite viewers. Yes, people are making viewers and making one phones. And yeah, they're making all this stuff, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.